So I was going back rewatching some of my old stuff from about a week or two ago on here, and I was talking about how you should allow yourself to create without necessarily understanding the meaning of it, because you assign the meaning of it anyway. In fact, you assign the meaning to everything in your life. The story that you're telling yourself about literally everything, like your self-worth, what people think about you, all of that, you're the one telling yourself that story. So you're assigning the meaning. And that's why people say that you're the creator of your own reality, because you are. Like, that is the law of assumption, that is manifestation. And when you change the story, you change reality. But anyways, I was saying that is good to apply in meditations. Like, if you have a really hard time of letting go, like I do, I have a really hard time of letting go because my mind's just always going. And so allowing my mind's eye to show me what it needs to show me without having to understand why or like what does this mean, and allowing my mind's eye to create it and then to assign meaning to it afterwards, since I'm the one creating the meaning anyway, allows me to finally stop my overthinking mind and like plug it into like spiritual stuff, if that makes sense. Because I have a mind that's like Elon Musk, like it's just constantly firing. And so when I allow my mind to create without having to assign a meaning till after, all of a sudden I start seeing a bunch of light codes, and I can kind of let my mind just take over, and I can sit back and observe. And that's super powerful. And it'll help you get back in touch with your inner child. Like, you know, the part of you that when you were like a 4 or 5 year old could literally make anything entertaining. Like, you could just be sitting on your stomach playing with the carpet. Or you guys remember being in the car and like fighting with your hands, or like watching the raindrop fall in the car window? Or remember the parkour man? Like the little dude in our imaginations running from the power lines in the car? It'll help you get back in tune with that part of you, but now you know that the astral realms are real, and that what you imagine in here is literally happening in the astrals. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because it is good to do that with intent on occasion, but when it comes to content creation, you should still stay grounded and you should still stay intentional. Because I started getting too carried away with this, to the point where I was applying what I just mentioned about meditation to my content, which basically just ended up with me making videos with a bunch of random scribbles drawn into it, and it's kind of cringy looking back at it, but you know, I don't regret doing it. It's powerful still. But the point is like, when it comes to creating content, you might not want to just create whatever and then assign the meaning after. You can, but if you do, I recommend keeping that personal. Like, maybe, you know, make like a personal sigil for yourself, for like, maybe you want to work out more, make a sigil for that. Like light language, you know, and just let yourself go. Like, let your hand go. Don't even look. Just let your hand do its thing and draw something, and then assign the meaning to it after. But I was making TikToks and then just putting a bunch of random emojis everywhere and being like, oh yeah, it works, but I realized I don't want to go that route with my content creation. So again, it's good for like sigils and art and maybe a post here and there. But in other words, apply what I've talked about in this video with intention still, if that makes sense. Like, it's okay to allow that part of us out completely that just flows and goes like nonstop in our imagination. It's okay to let that go purely in chaos, because chaos is a part of existence and we all have chaos within us, no matter what polarity you are. So it's okay to, but just be intentional about being chaotic when you do. Like, kind of crystallize it, you know? Make it, what's the word? I can't think of the word. Make it almost like a ritual, but like not in a weird way, but like in a cool, higher dimensional, celebratory way. So, I hope this makes sense. In other words, every now and then you should meditate and like just let your mind's eye show you what it needs to, basically, especially if you struggle with, you know, visualizing and you have a blocked third eye. But, you know, other times maybe you want to try to control the visualization. Balance. Do both, basically. And maybe apply it to your content sometimes. You get the idea. Sorry, this turned into a long video. Peace out.